That right here.
Hell yeah. That's right, man. Every chance I get, I'm on them. So yeah. I had my grandsons over here, just 3 of them the other week. Yeah, they went back to school this week, was the 8th, yeah. So yeah, Joe had a good time with
A little local listening on my Mark IVA. No skip running, so that's a little local listening.
Well, you got a good head on your shoulder, boy. I am telling you.
If they be quiet and let me in there, I might even say hello.
You took the 44 with you on a job site. Now, how many black parents do something like that for their kids, their grandkids? How many? Good Lord, have mercy, boy. Man. I know you ought to be proud of yourself. That right here?
Well, I'm getting there, man, because they sure growing up fast, 23. Duff Rucker 14, he over there, he come up to my shoulders. I got to watch that one. And the next one just below him at 12. He's stretching out. His daddy's 6'5". See, Corey daddy ain't, but you met Corey daddy at the park. You see, he ain't that tall. He about 6'1".
Mark IVA. Probably one of my top 5 all-time favorite radios. Decent, not perfect, not mint, nothing like that, but decent. 4A. A few scratches here and there. Other than that, it works perfect.
I perfected this. Is that what you're telling me that I perfected this? You gonna do what? Well, I take it to the hoop when I'll be back outside and waiting on you to come back again, right?
No question. You think I'm gonna stand there and pat it in front of him so he can, his little speed can trick me out of the ball, but no. I'm gonna pat it about 3 times in front of him, and then when the first time he attempt to reach, I'm gonna take off for a hoop. I got him.
I know you do. I'm glad to hear the family's all right. You're doing all good, man. And I didn't come in and interrupt your call. But I did holler right quick. I was sitting here watching Paul Walker. And had a little thing about Paul Walker. I am Paul Walker. I look at that. Talk about his family. And now they got clips. All that. And I got him moving.
Also, this has an original Browning 776 mic with it.
But anyway, that's what I was doing.
Orange stripe. I already did a video on orange, red, and black stripe, but this is powered by the radio, by the transmitter. It has a 5-volt line or something like that from one of the pins in the radio that power the power mic.
He said he loved it. He said, man, y'all be doing it up. He said he loved it. He said he been trying to get himself together to get out there and buy him one himself. He don't know if he wanted to get the pool or him a motor one. I tried to convince him, go and get you one to pull, so in case that motor home ever break down, your home won't be stuck with that motor.
This mic was made by Turner to Browning specifications. Let's see if it's got a hole. Yeah, somebody drilled the hole there. That's not factory. So they can get to the gain pot on it. I hate that, but anyway, what can you do, right?
I know some people, man, they have a little small car to get around in. Whenever they get to the camper, they got it. Instead of driving a camper, you know.
One of these days I might put those two in line. Can't do nothing with my mud duck antenna, but I can be heard local with that. I don't know.
Yeah, most times you see that nowadays when you driving that big boy, they got that instead of having that something behind, they got that tow rack on there pulling that small vehicle. So when they dock that set up, they can roll around in that. I've seen that many campsites. Oh no, what I'm saying is like myself and my own, I pull it, you know. Instead of having the fifth wheel or motor home, I use my truck and pull my camper home. I got what you call it,
I hear you now. I hear you now. That's beautiful. Crank that thing down and crank it up off that back end of your big old truck. And then sit there and you're pretty go to town there, right?
Absolutely. Go right to dinner. Go shopping in the mall. Pick up what we need for the site.
Snowy, icy day up here in Detroit.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
No skip.
I started getting into that.
Man, been kind of quiet today.
70s. I started the trailer right there on Newburgh Road. I think they done moved it now. Big old trailer park. Not park where they sell trailers. Newburgh Road off of Ford Road.
A lot of people like the Mark IIIs
They ain't cost a lot of money then either.
over the 4As.
I mean, loaded up.
Some like the looks, and people always say, yeah, the Mark III got the steel chassis,
Where you think you going with that?
where the Mark IV and 4As
That's for us, baby. He said, I said, where you think you going? Because I ain't going there, right?
uses tubes and, well, uses circuit boards, PCBs, for the components and the tubes. And Tram D201As did that. Well, actually, the D201 23 channel, most of them did that too. The early hand-wired one was steel chassis, but they quickly went to the circuit boards.
Yeah. I've dropped it out of my mind, too.
They did that because of cost. People ask me why they do stuff like that. Hey, man, you know, back then a Cobra 2000 came out, you know, full featured for about $300, I think. And Brownings was going for about $700, and that would be about $5,000 in today's money.
And screaming out there, you want to stay out there, and we got to come back, and I want to come back there, right?
So in order to cut costs, Tram moved to Mexico and started using the circuit boards, you know, to mass produce the D201s. And Browning came out with the Mark IV first that used circuit boards too.
I was young then too when I was going through that.
And the Mark IV had a lot of problems.
Nice big old.
It had a white Molex connector to connect the power from the receiver to the transmitter. The transmitter does not have its own power supply. All the voltages from the transmitter on the 4s and 4As come from the receiver. Where the Mark IIIs, they had separate power supplies in the transmitter and receiver. But on their 4s, the white Molex connection that connected them wasn't heavy enough, and it burned out. And also on the 4, turning it down a little bit so I don't have to talk over it as much. They talking about campers. That's above me. So where was that? The 4s, not only did they have the white Molex that failed and burned up because it wasn't heavy enough, it used the early PLL with maybe 40 separate components to make a PLL. You know, about 40 separate chips and transistor to make up the PLL because they didn't have one chip PLLs at the time. You know, Browning was ahead of the game to come up with the 40 channel PLL in the Mark IV. Not the first, but one of the first, using all these separate components, but it never did work right. Even from the factory, that PLL had problems. It would lock up, fail. You know, even if you see the reset button on the 4A, that's a holdover from that. Because what would happen, that early PLL would lock up, overheat, lock up for whatever reason. It just wasn't up to the task. It was like an old computer trying to run a new program, just not up to it, right? So when it locked up, you could try resetting it with the reset switch there, reset to PLL. It's kind of like alternate control delete on a computer. Like, you know, it tries to fix the problem, but, you know, not totally successful. So after the 4s came out, they sold a lot of them, but they found out they had a lot of problems. If you sent the 4 back to Browning for an update repair, they would convert it to a 4A. And when they converted a 4 to the 4A, they put these tags or badges. This, you know, gold tag or badge here over the 4s, you know, because that said Browning Old Eagle Mark IV. And then they would put the tags over the top, and, you know, when they converted it to a 4A to signify that, you know, it's been converted and has the new stuff on it. And the main thing they fixed was the white Molex plug. They went with a heavy-duty Sense Jones connection or plug. And if you see the Sense Jones, it had blades, which were, you know, real thick blades for the connections, where the Molex had them, you know, small round pins. So the black Sense Jones worked very well, no problems with that one. That was one of the fixes. And the other, they at that time, you know, a year or two later after the Mark IV, they had came out with the 1-chip PLL. So the 4A here has the 1-chip PLL, you know, just like any other radio, common PLL. So it works just as good as any other CB radio PLL, no problems with that. So in my opinion, you know, it's a lot of 4s out there, and you can find them cheaper and more common than a 4A. But for me, you know, you don't really want a 4. You know, some people say, oh, they okay, and you can, you know, work around it and fix the PLL and convert the Molex, you know, pins and all that. But for me, a 4 is a dog. A 4A is a good radio. I thought y'all would never stop talking.
Where you been? Where you been?
Hiding out because it's cold and icy outside, 23.
I know. I was looking for you. They know when that snow fell yesterday. I know they ain't gonna show up on this there, right?
Got that right. I'm old and slow and drive that big old van. Shoot. Hey, I knew it last night when that wind and that snow and all that. I'm in my bed and I hear that wind. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm supposed to go over 23s, but I ain't gonna make it. I meant to call you, but I think you knew.
Yeah, I knew. You know, I knew, man. I said, no, he ain't coming. Not like it is out there. I don't want him to come. Dude, hit one of them corners, slide around, something up, looking away, and something happen. Boy, I feel bad there, right?
Hey, you and me both. I slide and hit something and all that. Hey, 23, you and me both will be feeling bad. Tempo.
You got that today. You still got that today, big boy. How's the family?
No, everybody good. 10-8, you know, dealing with this new year. How you and yours doing?
I'm blessed, man. Blessed to be alive, blessed to be here. I think about your dad every time I think about you there, right?
Hey, I've been reading the mail on y'all a while. Y'all was talking about football games and football party. My ears perked up.
You know I love coming over there. You know I used to drag my behind over there, boy. You have all them big old nice chairs in there and all that food on that dining room table. Good, crazy little life. I was at home when I come to your house. I was at home there, right?
Hey, and vice versa. I never forget 23. I'm gonna bring it up again. You know, your sweet thing asked me, hey, you know, what you want for dessert? You want apple pie or chocolate cake? I'm like, I'm good. And 10 minutes later, she come up with a Coca-Cola and a chocolate cake and an apple pie.
She just took care of you. Hey, where am I? Oh, you can get yours later there, right?
Yeah, she treated me like I was one of hers, you know, and we love her and we miss her.
Thank you for saying that, and I know that's a fact, because you and I have been, what, 40 years now there, right?
Woo wee! Hey, 23, am I that old?
I'll back up a little bit, but not much still, right?
Actually, you right. You right. I've probably been CBing for 50 years now, on and off. But you know, nowadays I don't do nothing with this thing. But it's been a minute.
I was telling some people a while back how you and Dr. Blue be out there back in the days. A lot of guys don't know about nothing like that, man. And all y'all had, at least you, I think now, had radios on your bicycle, the radio.
I did. I was a kid, too young to drive, so I'm like, shoot, I want to CB. Shoot, I want to talk, so I ride my bike all the time. So I'm gonna put a CB on my bike.
You did that too, man. You did that, boy. Every time I break down, I was at your house. Boy, you taught me a lot there, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't. I pointed you in the right direction, and you went and you did that thing.
Well, you know I'm gonna listen to you. Shoot, boy, you can put my pills in for me and tell me what pills to buy and how to get this, and shoot, you had me up there and run. All I had to do was sit down and wait there, right?
I might have pulled you out the mud, and once you got out and got your uniform cleaned and your gym shoes washed, and you say, hey, what the track meet at? What they fighting at? What a fight at? I say, it's that away, 23. I can't go with you, but it's that away. Go get him. And you went and got him.
I mean, was it Iceman used to come over there? Was it him, Iceman? He died, rest his soul, back in the day. He was a big boy, too. Was it Iceman?
Yeah, it was. It was Iceman. I miss him. He had a big old beam, you know, on his house, and we kind of pointed him that way too, or this way and that way. And boy, those was the good old days. Hey, I knew Dr. Blue from bowling, you know, and I knew him from bowling, you know, since we was kids. And you know, about 15, 16, he talking about he CB, and I was like, you do? What's your handle? He said Dr. Blue, and I was thinking to myself, what kind of cotton picking handle is Dr. Blue? Hey, Dr. Blue was a bad boy. He was badder than me back then. You know, like I said, I was a kid, so, you know, I ain't had no money to pull myself out the mud back then, but Dr. Blue, he always been a bad boy and always been knowledgeable, too.
Sure hell. God knows he sure hell, man. When he pulled up and moved out here and went to the Carolinas, I didn't like that. I didn't tell it, though. But I didn't like when he left, though, right?
Yep. It was like another one gone, another one bites the dust, and I missed him, but then he back. It's like, all right now.
yeah, man. He knew his business, boy. I can't think that guy used to go over there, older guy. He used to go over there, boy, he didn't know how to run his equipment. And Dr. Blue went over there and put the hammer on everybody in the city of Detroit, there, right?
That's Dr. Blue. Hey, well, you know what you're doing, and he read and study, and he know that stuff. You know, that's one of the results of it. But anyway, 23, I'm gonna get out of here for one of them big old boys put that hammer on me. So we just wanted to wave our hand and say howdy ho.
You better be around the corner from your house. Love you and your family, my brother. Always a pleasure, man. We gotta talk soon now. I'll see you.
Hey, when this ice let up, 23, we gonna have a road trip over there. I'm go.
Okay.
Hey, BJ, we meant to wave at you. Especially, I'm jealous, Cat Migga. You say you got a 100-inch TV?
Yeah, buddy. Big screen with the projector on it.
Woo-wee! I might have to upgrade, Cat Migga. I only got a 85-inch Sony 4K myself.
Yeah, that's nice though. It show clear, crystal clear color. I bet it shows.
Yeah, it do, BJ. Yeah, it do. Before that, I had a 65-inch 4K, and during COVID, I was with Best Buy, you know, on their mailing list, and during COVID, they said, "Hey, we got a special sale for our people. We got a 85-inch 4K demo, $1,000." I went, "Is that some kind of mistake?" And they said, "No, you got to come get it, and we gonna load it up for you, but you can't look at it or nothing." I'm like, "Okay, but did you say $1,000 for an 85-inch 4K?" I wouldn't got that, Cat Nigga.
No, that's right. I did the same thing. I did the same thing because they was running 2,500. So LG 85 inch, they was running up there. They wasn't down just yet. And no. The 65 was 1,000.
Sure was, and you know your stuff because they was up there just like you said, 2,500, and I think the Sony, which is what I got, was about 3K, and I'm like, 85-inch Sony, you know, woo-wee. I got that, Cat Nigga, and it wouldn't even fit on my TV stand, and so I set it on the ground, and the sweet thing was with me, and she's like, "What if we don't like it?" You know, and it's like, "Well, we take it back." They give you 30-day no questions asked return policy. So we sat it on the floor and leaned it up, and we turned it on, and the first thing the sweet thing said is, "We ain't taking that back." Take care, BJ. Take care, 23. Oh, no name kid. I'll test up.
Okay, kid. See you soon. See you soon. He gave me a tram. He gave me a tram there, right?
Yeah, that sucker working too. That joker crystal clean, good audio right up front, and he ain't around the corner.
He always took care of me. As I stay 10-8, you know, man. And a boy down there in Cleveland. I did have one down there in Alabama, but he had to keep his stuff too long. 3 or 4 months. Heck no. I go here, boy. I sit there for a moment. Then I go to Cleveland. When I start going to Cleveland, shoot, man. I go down there around 10, 3 o'clock. I was back in Detroit there, right?
Absolutely. That's what you want, though. I know that, fella. I ain't with that 2-3 month stuff. Something I know you used to working on and can fix. They ain't got to take those 2-3 months. Yeah, I know what you mean. I like to wait. COD.
Yeah, man.
All right, y'all.
Ain't nothing but
I'll shut it down.
I was in the mobile.
Just heard them in there, and it's going fire it up because it's quiet, and didn't have to worry about the big boys stepping on me, hopefully. So anyway, that's it for today. My little stuff kind of lined up a little bit today. All right, bye.